Today, I'm going to walk through step by step how to use SmartReach AI. Within SmartReach AI, you have three main modules. You have Smart Data, which is where you build your prospect list, enrich it with intent signals that are called smart signals, and also use the Smart Agent to do deep research and ask questions related to each prospect's company and the prospects themselves directly. Then we have Smart Mail, where you can hyper personalize your emails at scale. And we have Smart Link, where you can hyper personalize your LinkedIn messaging at scale. Let's head over to Smart Data. The first thing you want to do in Smart Data is select if you'd like to start searching for companies or for people. Let's start with companies. There are many different drop downs within the companies that you can start selecting your filters. The first is general. You can search for a specific company name by typing in the company name itself, or you can go down to domain and select the company domain, which is their website. The next filter is technology, and here you can type any technology that you'd like to find companies that are using that technology. So, for example, HubSpot or WordPress or AWS, just as examples. You want to find companies that are using this technology. And that filter, once you type in the word, for example, HubSpot, and then select enter, if you see it listed under tech stack on your main screen, then you know that it's been entered. The next one is location. Here you can select where you would like the companies to be headquartered. This is based on company right now, so it's where the companies are headquartered and not where the prospect is located. Within each country, you have the states and provinces as well. Now, an important filter here to know is, let's say you want all the states of the US, but you don't want Alabama. You would then go ahead, select Alabama, and then click on the three buttons on the side. And when you do so, it will say apply modifier, and then you click not, and then select apply filters. And when you do that, you will notice that it says exclude geo. You could do the same thing for industry. This is how you exclude an industry or exclude a location by selecting it. Once again, I'm going to select now agriculture and fishing, and I'm going to select on dairy, and then I'm going to click on the right hand three little dots with lines that say apply modifier, and I'm going to select with the checkbox the word not and then apply filters. Every time I add a filter, I would click on apply filters, but typically it's recommended that you wait till the end to apply your filters. Then you head to employee counts. Employee count, you can select as many as you like, and they're broken up by different groups of employee numbers. So for example, 1 to 10, that means the company has 1 to 10 employees. 11 to 50, the company has 11 to 50 employees. 50 to 100. And again, I could just keep adding one after the other by simply moving the mouse down and selecting that group. And when I do that, it's added, and you could see everything on your main screen, that everything is being added one after the other and is listed under your filters. And then you could go to revenue. Revenue has several options. You could say, for example, under 10 million. And again, with revenue, you can select multiple options here, just like with employee count. And industry and location, all of them, you could select multiple filters. The largest one is 1 billion to 5 billion. The next one is department growth. Let's say you'd like to know that a specific department has either grown or declined by a certain amount. You could say they've grown from 0 to 25%. So that means they've either not grown at all or they've grown up to 25%. They've grown 25 to 50%, which means that they've grown, that specific department that you selected has grown 20 to 50%. They've grown 100 plus percent. And as well, there are negatives. So if they've reduced the company size by negative 50 to 0, it means they've either stayed the same or reduced up to 50%. And then, just like as always, you apply the filters. Once you apply filters, the company list will be displayed for you. And if you scroll a little bit to the top under the Smart Agent, you'll see how many results you have. So here it tells me I have 1 to 50 out of 84.7 thousand results. So this is giving me a lot of companies that are using HubSpot, are not in Alabama, are not in the dairy industry, and have this company size 1 to 500, and company revenue is what I selected, at least 0 to 10 million. And here are all the companies listed. Now, there's a lot of things I could do once I have my company list. The first thing I could do is if I select the checkbox next to the word name that is in this lilac purple color, it will select all of the 50. Right now, in order to select more than 50, you scroll down to the bottom and you select page number 2. You will have a warning that asks you to continue with bulk contact retrieval or apply the Smart Agent. You slide that toggle to the right. and click continue. Okay. And now if you'd like to add the third page, you do the same thing. You go to page 3, click continue. You don't have to slide the toggle over anymore because it's automatically there for you. Go to page 4, click continue. And this is how I'm adding all of the pages on the company side right now. And if you scroll up, you will be able to see the list of all the prospects that you have. So you've selected, now I'm going to click on this box here and I can see that I've selected 100. And there's a few things that I could do here. I could now decide to search for the people by clicking on the search people. It will then list all the people. But before I do that, there's 2 recommendations that I have. The first is that you save your list. And saving this list is saving all the ones that you've selected. So I'm going to save this as, and pick a name. This is a name that's only internal, meaning it's only for you. No one else needs to know the name, and you can make a description. And this is for you to recognize what this list is. And by saving this list, it enables you to come back at any time to this list. Once you save the list will be saved for you in the My List section. Now, the other thing that you could do once you select all of them is you can also search for people. So if I want to go ahead and find all the people in the companies that I've selected, then I could search for people. And once I do that, it'll take me automatically to the people tab where I can then insert all the additional people filters like occupation and perhaps even the person's location. Because remember, with company, we're just searching for headquarter location. With people, we will be searching for the person's location. In addition, I can select just a few or all, and I can also do this, go to the Smart Agent. And the Smart Agent enables me to ask any question that is available publicly, and it will do deep research across the internet and pull that information for each and every company. We have a set list of pre-selected questions that you can ask. For example, which are B2B and not B2C, which companies have at least 3 store locations, list a short description of each company. But if you wanted to ask your own question, for example, what is the nearest cafe to this headquarter location? It will then do a search and find all the cafes that are closest to that location. Another one could be, has this company received funding in the last 12 months? Any question that is available on the internet, you can ask now, and you can ask that based on however many companies you'd like. You could do that in bulk by selecting all of them, or you could do that just one at a time as well by just selecting a few by clicking the checkbox on the left of them. Now, in addition, if you'd like, on the company side, you also have the ability to get deeper information about each company. What you can do now by selecting all the companies is you also can save the criteria. Now, what's the difference between saving the criteria and saving the list? Saving the criteria means you're saving the filters that you just selected. HubSpot, excluding Alabama, excluding the dairy industry, the company sizes, the company revenue, the technology, all of the filters that we selected will be saved. And as companies are growing, new companies are being released, this list will continue growing based on your filters. So you never have to say, find me more companies. You simply go to your saved criteria under your smart data, and there you will select the criteria and run a new search of companies that now meet that criteria. The My List are the specific companies that you're saving, not the criteria. So the list is your specific companies that you've just run a search on, and your criteria are the filters that you've run the search on. In addition, there is another tab called Blacklist, and it's actually under Smart Data. You have search, where you could search for the companies. You have save criteria, which I went over with you, which allows you to save the filters, your list, which is all the lists that you've actually just saved. And on people's side, it's the email addresses that you've purchased and the mobile numbers that you've purchased. But there's also Blacklist. So when you go to Blacklist, here you can actually upload a list of either email domains or top level domains. So it could be, for example, a person's email that you'd like to blacklist, a specific individual, or it could be the whole company. And a blacklist means a do not contact list. This means I want to make sure that the search that I run does not include these prospects or these companies. And you can add as many as you want here. There is even a feature to upload a CSV. And here you can have a very large blacklist or a do not contact list. You upload that, and every time you run a search, you will be able to then remove that blacklist and not have that blacklist show up, or that list of companies that you've said I do not want to contact will not show up anymore. And then lastly, there's the upload button. The upload button allows you to upload your own list, and then you'll be able to find their email addresses, their mobile phone numbers, or even ask a smart agent question. So if you have your own list, the recommendation is to download the supported CSV format file, which is a link right under the click to upload and drag your CSV. There's a link that says download the supported CSV format. Download that and make sure that your list is in that format. Once you do, you can select find the email, find the mobile phone number, or go to the smart agent and research a deep question on my list.